Hello guys, tonight you check out scary videos featuring a ghost child on the streets and a grim apparition behind a young girl. Let's buckle up and stay frosty. And please leave a frosty like for me if you can. The following recordings stem from May 2020 and they were captured by a young man who was out on the streets with his friends. The quarantine was just loosened a bit and they were happy to spend some time together. However, something terrifying was about to unfold. One of the guys sees an eerie figure in the distance and he swears that it was talking to them. And it's especially weird because it was already pretty late and they did not notice anybody else around at the time. Let's take a look.
No, that's like a young person.
I mean, after all, it is quarantine. Like,
We're getting the out of here right now. I'm dead serious. This is freaking me the out. Man's right in front of my. Dude, I'm actually freaking out. Dude, I'm gonna. Dude, it gets more.
Dude, that thing looks like it's looking right at us like this. That's what's meant to do. Look at it.
What the? Every time I move closer, it looks more and more like a figurine. I did not see that when we passed. Dude, okay. You know, yeah.
And then, according to the guys, this figure just vanished into thin air.
Nah, do that.
It reappeared again moments after, but this was where the recording ended. So let's think about this for a second. This apparition looks like a little boy, but what would a boy do there alone at night? If this isn't just a fun skit played out by the man, what did they come across here? It certainly mimics the voice of a child. Listen closely.
Young person.
I mean, after all, it is quarantine. Like,
Terrifying, isn't it? Now we want to follow Russian paranormal investigator and adventurer Tim Morozov, who I follow for quite some time. He always travels to abandoned buildings, which is said to be housing some mysterious happenings, and the paranormal events have been taking place there. Tonight he received the keys to a special place that apparently was haunted by a really malevolent spirit. As usual, he gives us an intro about what's gonna happen before preparing the house with his cameras. But pretty early on, something caught his attention.
Вот там еще есть вторая банка, и я не знаю, может ли еще раз упасть. Установил камеру, когда я пришел в самом начале, распахнул дверь, она каким-то образом закрылась, что не может быть. Либо на самом деле есть эта атмосферность.
What's really interesting is that Tim believes to have seen a weird shape in one of the mirrors, and he takes it as a sign that the spirit actually wants to contact him through this mirror. So the best thing to do is to take it down and shift the focus towards this object.
Это намек был, как я понимаю, на то, что я могу тебя увидеть в зеркале.
Mirrors are said to be portals to the other dimension, so Tim starts to take pictures with his instant camera to see if anything would appear on them. After reviewing the images, he notices some really strange white lines on both pictures, and he states that it is pretty unusual, and that it is very unlikely that it's the camera's fault. Maybe a sign of paranormal energy that was around. He then takes the mirror downstairs, where he heard a lot of noises before. Then, a heavy object is dropping down from the upper floor, and it glances him. Of course, there was nothing to be found upstairs, and after searching every room, he grabs his equipment once more for some final pictures, and it is then when the spirit responsible for all this mischief might be able to show itself. A creepy male face appears in the last photo that Tim takes at this location, and people suspect that it is the spirit which is bound to this place. Truly a terrifying one. What do you think? Could these incidents all be explained easily? Or is it an actual haunting that takes place here? The following video was sent in by Roberto, and apparently it was recorded by a young man who recently moved into a new house with a roommate. It was found in the paranormal section of Reddit, and people were quite freaked out, assuming it's not a fake clip straight from the start, of course. It is said that the man woke up to really strange noises in his kitchen, which was located on the ground floor. And of course, the man had absolutely no clue at the time what went down there. But he had experienced some really odd encounters in the past, though nothing too crazy that would cause him to be afraid of his own place. When he pulled his cell phone to capture the following events, he came across something that he could not explain and that caused him to have nightmares for many nights to come. Let's take a look.
Es una rata, boludo. Una botella, boludo. Que fue una rata, boludo. Ay, la concha.
I hope you had heard that too. There was a spine-tingling scream stemming from the kitchen, besides cutlery and plates that were being moved around. And the two men were pretty afraid now. Maybe they were even dealing with an intruder here. It turned out that it was something way more sinister. A terrifying face is peeking around the corner from a very low angle, which is pretty freaky in itself. What was going on that night? Was it a spirit that is attached to this new place, or just another person? It's really hard to say in my opinion. What do you guys think? Katrina was capturing some images for her Instagram profile at her parents' place one evening. She was alone and not thinking that anything strange could unfold. Yet, there appeared a really unsettling object behind her after taking several images. Let's take a look. What do you think about these pictures? People say that it looks like a grim head, which is peeking into the frame. Others say it's just a handbag that fell down. But why can we see it only in a couple of pictures? Well, this is another mystery that appears to stay unsolved. This video was posted by a user called Morgan, who shared the following recording in the Reddit paranormal section. It revolves around creepy sightings at night, which take place in Morgan's family home. The poster simply states, "For the past 3 nights I have been seeing eyes when I go into my room. We haven't had an animal in the house since my dog Kenny died." So, are we about to come across an animal from the spirit world, you might wonder? Let's see. Certainly a pair of glowing eyes that is staring at Morgan here, and slowly moving upwards, as if the creature is adjusting from a lying position. It definitely reminds you of a dog, but if Morgan says the truth, and no living animal was at the house that night, what else could have been responsible? Was it a paranormal incident, or just a regular pet? We will never be able to say for sure, I suppose. Grace is a young charismatic girl who likes to post silly videos on her profile. Once in a while she likes to share life advice and other stories that she deems shareable. But there's one video that stands out from all the other ones. She was out one night after work and she came across something that she simply describes as terrifying.
Please do not be walking alone at night. I live in a very small and almost rural town, and that's why I just assumed that it was going to be fine, which obviously I was wrong. I pulled into this open space. There were no cars. I just wanted to sit under my favorite tree. And on my way back to my car, I saw this cloaked white figure walking towards me diagonally, and I work at a restaurant which is rumored to be haunted, and I do believe that it's haunted.
Unfortunately, she didn't get a good shot of that apparition, and it is more about what we hear than see in this recording.
I'm currently having a little bit of a mental, moment. I was driving home from work. It's oh my god! 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 There was... Oh my god. That was not normal. Oh my god. Oh my god.
It is believed that a spirit is telling her not to be afraid, and that everything is gonna be okay. Could it be so?
You clearly hear it. It's a little bit of a whisper. I only watched this video one time through fully until I've been seeing these comments coming through. Here it is.
So, maybe this was just a bad coincidence, and Grace walked into something that wasn't planning on scaring her really. Mysterious, isn't it? And a little bit curious. Now we will take a look at the security footage from Tirano Abdella, who realized that at his workplace there seemed to be really mysterious events going on at night. Today he might even have recorded proof that it was being caused by paranormal forces. The user states, "Full cans of beer were found all over the floor one morning at the brewery where I work. None were exploded or otherwise damaged. After checking the footage, a cooler door was captured swinging open and the cans are seen rolling across the floor at nearly 3 AM. Thoughts?" What do you guys think? Are we looking at some paranormal activity here? This is a video from user Panic World Chief Baylor, and he captured it one night when driving through the streets of a town in South America. What's special about it? Apparently this town is home to the ghost of a terrifying woman that can be seen there at night once in a while. Urban legends even go so far to say that it could be La Llorona. The man was on his way home one early morning when he noticed some weeping noises which appeared to be stemming from the streets. He grabs his phone and starts filming, but nobody seemed to be out on the streets that late but him. So that's really odd.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Vengo en Ecatepec, son las 4 de la mañana y estamos, bueno, voy llegando 4 de la mañana y me puse a grabar porque escuché, me parece que a la Llorona. Entonces me voy a ir en pura primera para ver si se vuelve a repetir el sonido, lo alcanzan a escuchar. Vámonos, despacio. Hay que tener mucho cuidado también a estas horas porque son barrios muy peligrosos. Estoy en Ecatepec, en la zona de Jalostó, y son barrios muy peligrosos y luego anda la rata. Aparte de que está bien fea la calle. Todas las calles están así. ¡Oye! ¿Lo escucharon? Todas las calles están así. ¡Oye! ¿Lo escucharon? Todas las calles están así. ¡Oye! ¿Lo escucharon?
Could you hear that? It clearly sounds like a woman. Please excuse the poor subtitles created by Google. At least it helps us to kinda understand what he's saying. Now let's see what happens next.
Y de hecho aquí al fondo, miren, en esta calle donde voy a dar la vuelta, allá al fondo, hasta el fondo es donde está el gran canal de desagüe, donde grabé la última vez. Así es que aquí me tengo que dar vuelta porque de aquel lado no hay paso. Mierda, otra vez se escuchó.
And there were the screams again. Now this time they were closer though, but it gets even more terrifying.
Serio que vengo manejando y ya me están empezando como a temblar las piernas. Voy a ir hacia el canal a ver si... Espero no toparme con nada. Ay, espero que haya paso, no sé si va a haber paso. Pero voy a ir para allá a ver qué pasa.
After driving for another couple of minutes, he passes by some train tracks, which were located close to the sewers. And this is where he gets a glimpse of what might be causing these noises.
Ay, Dios. No sé ni qué estoy haciendo aquí. Ahí están las vías del tren. A ver si hay paso. No seas cabrón, que... No seas cabrón, que...
It's hard to say what exactly he saw there in the distance, but he got afraid and tried to leave the area as fast as possible, which is when he got an even better glimpse of this thing.
Allá alcanzó a ver algo, güey, como una persona, del lado derecho. Ah, mierda, no puedo pasar rápido. No. Adiós. Aquí está uno. ¡Puta madre! A la izquierda vieron un perro. ¡Oh, Dios! ¡Corre, corre, corre! Ya se quedaron. ¡Oh, Dios! No sé si alcanzan a ver en el retrovisor. Algo venía ahí atrás de mí, ¿eh? No. Adiós. Aquí está uno. ¡Puta madre!
There is a black shadow, seemingly looking at his car. Was it the thing that was screaming that night? He was so afraid that he bolted down the street and felt that it was following him. What a terrifying encounter, right?
No sé si alcanzan a ver en el retrovisor. Algo venía ahí atrás de mí, ¿eh?
Megan Noel, Frank B., Steve McMahon, Creepy Raven, Daniel Kronger, Kaidai, Masked Doll, Pori Marjam, Joseph Maurer, Shay Hitchcock, Tamika Lockley, Lord Fatal, Kath Orange. In the following recordings, we take a look at the case of user Joshua Luck, who started this whole series not too long ago on his profile. It appears to be a classic case of an old apartment that seems to inherit some demons from the past. The young man is living here now and says that it's really hard for him to close his eyes, since stuff is being moved around constantly. He shares the footage with his viewers and asks them for help and suggestions. And this is the first recording he could come up with after the move. Let's take a look.
Buenos amigos, bajé porque empezamos a escuchar ruidos y vine a dar una vuelta. Tenía miedo de que estuvieran abriendo la tienda o algo así, pero no. Vean, no hay nada.
He was filming in the pantry area due to odd noises that he couldn't really trace down, and this is when the chair seems to move on its own. Wild. He comes up with a solution that many people refer to in a case like that, home surveillance. So he mounts a camera in his living room, which oversees the area that shows most of the activity. And this night, he shows his findings to his audience.
Ese mismo día mi esposa y yo escuchamos ruidos en la madrugada, bajamos a ver qué era, nos pusimos a grabar y los celulares de la nada se apagaron teniendo pila. Ya no los pudimos echar a andar, los dejamos cargando y hasta el día siguiente. Una vez que me puse a checar los videos me di cuenta que en mi celular el video de cuando bajamos no se grabó, pero el de ella sí. La verdad se ve algo sumamente impactante, pero eso está empeorando porque ahora mi hija dice que una...
As you can see, several items on the table are being moved around, even thrown to the floor, and both chairs are being tampered with. Very odd to say the least. Things then slowly start to take a really creepy turn. He tried to rid of this thing with prayers and several cleansings that his viewers actually suggested to him. Most of the time this is good advice, if done right, and can help to detach any negative force from your place. But this is not always the case, as you will see in a minute. Joshua wakes up the following night after dozing off with his girlfriend, and loud noises from his door should only be the scary beginning this night.
¿Se está escuchando algo en el closet? Dios mío, ¿qué es eso? ¿Hay alguien ahí? ¿Quieres algo? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? No inventes, ¿qué es eso? ¿Qué es? Se abrió. Espérate, cálmate. ¿Hay alguien ahí? ¿Te podemos ayudar? ¿Necesitas algo? Dinos. ¡Se asomó alguien! Alúzame. Espera. Espérate, alúzame. No hay nada, mira, no hay nada. No sé. ¿Sabes qué? ¿Sabes qué? Vamos con los niños. Vámonos con los niños, yo creo, mira. Aquí no hay nada.
A weird black object can be seen behind the right door, leaning in. Was it perhaps responsible for opening the closet door? Shortly after, we get a better look at that thing. Several people say that they can notice the grim face of an elderly person peeking out of the drawer, and I have to admit, it would almost appear that way. Maybe it's a demonic force that likes to play with Joshua's emotion. It is widely believed that they can take human forms to deceive us. This night should be a good reminder that tampering with evil forces can be dangerous. From this night on, Joshua caught strange encounters, even outside of his property.
Pueden ver, son las 2:52 de la madrugada. Otra vez los perros ladre y ladre. Nunca me había parado, pero ahora sí me voy a asomar. A ver si puedo detectar por qué están ladre y ladre. Como no hay velador, dejan a los perros ahí sueltos. Se ve todo muy tranquilo, la verdad. No se ve nada. Se asomó alguien. Se está asomando alguien en la escuela. Se asomó alguien en la escuela, mija. Mira, otra vez se asomó alguien. Párate para que veas que no estoy payaseando.
Besides the dogs barking outside, there's another dark shadow apparition that once more is leaning in from the right, but this time from a neighboring house, which Joshua says is abandoned for the longest time. If this is related, nobody can say, but waking up that early in the morning and seeing that, besides some apparent problems with the streetlights, would probably freak out most people. Let's keep an eye on that case. Thanks for watching.